Hello everyone. Today is Friday afternoon, the middle of the afternoon. I really don't have that much to do, but I did go on kitchen duty, washed my dishes, cleaned off my counters. Now I'm ready to get on the pantry cooking, get a head start for the weekend. And I've been wanting to make biscuits, even though my husband has not been a fan of my biscuits in the past. I only made them 2 times for him. I used Crisco shortening. I followed a recipe called Dixie biscuits from an old cookbook, and he didn't care for them. So he likes a flaky biscuit. We don't use butter. We don't buy butter because it costs a lot. It's higher in cholesterol. And my mom always used margarine, so that's what I'm going to use, imperial margarine. I found a recipe, AI online. I've got a stick of margarine in the freezer. I only need 6 tablespoons. And that's what I'm getting ready to make, biscuits made from margarine. So this will be a challenge. We'll see whether it turns out or not. Okay, I have the flour already in the measuring cup. We have 2 cups of flour. I'm making a full recipe here. So I'm going to take I need 4 teaspoons of baking powder, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar. Mix that together and then we're going to sift it. We're going to sift everything. Okay. Because I'm hoping this will make the biscuits light and fluffy. I've never sifted my flour when I made biscuits, and I probably should have, even for those old-fashioned Dixie biscuits with Crisco shortening. I should have sifted the flour. So maybe that's part of the reason why they didn't turn out that great. So we'll start sifting. I've got the margarine and I've got a shredder. I'm going to shred it just like you shred cheese. I've got it all shredded and I'm just going to mix it up with the flour. Using the side of a spoon to break up any margarine that clumped together, but you can use a pastry cutter or a fork for this. I have 3/4 of a cup of milk here. I'm just going to add a few drops of apple cider vinegar. Okay, so that it will taste like buttermilk biscuits, because I don't have buttermilk. Okay, stir that up. Okay. I'm going to pour that in a little bit at a time and put our dough together before we roll it out. It's coming together very nicely. Just use the rest of that. We have our biscuit dough. Let me get the cutting board. Now I've got the biscuit dough on parchment paper on wooden board, cutting board. I got flour on my hands so that this doesn't stick to my hands. I'm going to go ahead and work this dough. And then we're going to put it in the freezer to chill the margarine that's in there. So it will be chilled and it should turn out flaky, I'm hoping. Okay, that looks like pretty good biscuit dough. I'm going to fold it. Okay, there we go. That should do it. I'm going to wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the freezer to speed up the process. I think it said to refrigerate for 30 minutes, but I think I'm going to put it in the freezer. And the biggest reason is so it's easy to work with, to roll out with the rolling pin and to do our cutouts with our biscuit cutter. Okay. There we go. Put it in the freezer. I let it chill for several minutes in the freezer. Now I'm going to roll the dough out. It did say 1 inch thick, and this is a little less than that. Okay, it's a little over ½ inch. So they may not be as thick as what some people would like. Just up like that, yeah. Okay, I got one biscuit. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it in the pan. Get that other biscuit in here too. Yeah, you're not supposed to twist it. It makes it tough around the edges or something. Just like that and up. Here's what I do. I put flour on the cup. I was going to use a biscuit cutter, but it was small and I wanted to make bigger biscuits than that, at least wider. There. Okay, so I got to re-roll this dough. I'm just going to pat it with my hands. Okay. Now that one is separating a little bit. There. And this will be one smaller biscuit. These are supposed to go in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. I'm going to put them in the freezer for a few minutes to save time. I'm going to brush each one with some milk. I don't know what this does exactly. Maybe brown them a little bit on top. Bake in preheated oven at 450 Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. I pulled the biscuits out of the oven. Now this one, it looks the best. Now I had them in there longer than what it said to. I did butter them and put them back in the oven. I was trying to get them to look a little browner. A couple of them look pretty brown. This one in particular looks very brown. So I don't know why they didn't brown too well. I thought the milk would help with that. I should have made them a little bit thicker. They were a little on the thin side. But otherwise, these look pretty good, and I believe they're flaky. When they cool, I'll be doing a taste test. I'm getting ready to try this biscuit with some honey on it. That's how I really like my biscuits. They were so good I was speechless. Biscuits were very economical to make. The margarine didn't cost much at all. Like I said, I got it marked down. 4 sticks of margarine for $1.17 at Aldi. And we only used not even a full stick of margarine. I would say the most expensive ingredient was 3/4 of a cup of milk and then the margarine. Everything else was dirt cheap because we used flour and just a tiny little bit of salt and sugar and a little bit of baking powder. So the ingredients coming together, it's just a very economical meal. And it's filling, so if you're struggling this week with paying your rent and buying groceries are a problem, I'm sure you can check your pantries. And if you have margarine instead of butter, it's okay. You can make these biscuits. Just check AI, and I'll give you the link to that. I couldn't believe it myself. The full recipe up there on the screen from AI, which is artificial intelligence online. The internet is full of recipes, and some are very frugal. We don't have to have a ton of ingredients to cook or bake something delicious and filling. I'm sure my husband wants gravy for these, but I'm not making it today. Maybe he'll get it over the weekend, but I was thinking about beef stew because I just have fond memories of my mom making beef stew, and my dad always wanted biscuits. Every time she made beef stew, we had to have biscuits. And she made her old-fashioned baking powder biscuits with Crisco. Thanks for watching today. I hope you have a great weekend. Please come back. like, share, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm a very humble person. I have a garden outside. I'm going to be using a lot of vegetables and herbs and fruits. I grow berries. I'm going to be using those garden goodies in my cooking all summer long. I cook with very simple ingredients, and it's very easy to follow along and do a lot of tutorials. No matter how old we are, we can always learn something. I'm always learning something from people of all ages on all the channels I watch. It's been a lot of fun. I don't even hardly watch TV anymore because I watch so much YouTube. So keep coming back. God bless each and every one of you. I'll see you on the next one.